That's right. We picked up last game within the Zatara estate in the city of Lintier. As you all had returned Lady Afalna to her home, met up with Aerith's sister Fina, and coordinated the defense of her estate, Aerith had opted to stay behind and allow you guys to continue on to the journey without him, with the intent that he would meet up with you somewhere along the lines. And as the party stepped out of the front door and was narratively hand-walked down the stairs by myself, Aerith left in his family home with his mother and his sister, who's realized that in the previous game, Aerith had mentioned a couple other siblings, and so Mom had to address that. Given the impending family reunion, as well as a little bit of divine kick in the ass, Aerith opted instead that maybe this isn't the best place for him, that where he needs to be is on the front line, helping his friends, being there for his brother, and protecting the world. As he ran out to group up with the rest of you, Graham, I don't have time for your craziness right now. Gotta keep it down. You all kind of gathering and trying to decide where to go next and what to do next. Aerith runs out, and you all opt to head down to the guild hall, returning to Erebor via the teleportation circle within the library. You were outfitted with a few potions, spoke to your allies there, and then discussed where you wanted to teleport to in order to get into the Earthdale. The obvious choice was the stone that you had from the cave in which you fought Garrick and Mechalenethon. However, you weren't entirely sure that cave was safe, and
Seems like a great idea.
yeah, discussed a few other options of places to go with other guaranteed arrivals, but all of them including a couple days travel down the mountainside again. In the end, you decided to take a wild teleport and just aim for the cave and hope for the best. The first attempt didn't go so smoothly as you manifested kind of within the mountain itself, but on the second roll, Mia's teleport managed to pinpoint you directly where she was aiming at the mouth of the cave, where you could see into the cave and the magic mouth stones that you had left, as well as the cultist encampment, which had been previously scried out and found to be abandoned. Finding a stone cairn in the center, you guys couldn't help but investigate. You had to know what the button was. I mean, it was so obviously something. But you really didn't want to risk any damage, and so Oni used his echo at first to attempt to trigger any traps or glean any information he could, but unfortunately was not able to make anything really happen, as the spell in effect was not reacting to his echo. Aerith then approached, prepping his Misty Step spell in preparation for anything that might go kaboom, and started to move the stones away. And as he did, the voice of Severin rang out from the rocks. Everything began to glow, and a delayed blast fireball went off, and Aerith managed to teleport himself just outside of it, just in time. Having avoided the trap laid for you by your enemy, you spotted the now burned and kind of half-destroyed head of Garrick that had been buried within the cairn, before turning your attention to the massive curtain of sand and dust that made the edge of the Earthdale. And as you approached, you could feel the billowing, just buffeting sand and wind from it echoing out across you, and seeing that the traversal of these barriers can be a little bit chaotic, opted to tie yourselves together so that you would not get lost during the transition. Following Oni through, you all lockstep and about 5 feet from each other until finally you passed into the Earthdale. And as the 5 of you entered the dale proper, a voice, powerful, deep, and angry, commanded you all to submit. 2 of you fell instantly, as Oni and Mia lost all control of themselves and began to just march towards points unknown. You all attempted to hold them back, to wrest them from their mind control, but nothing was working, and as the minutes passed on, another echoing voice into your mind, and two more of your friends, once again succumbing. Ken and Aerith this time, leaving only Nicholas, the smallest among you, to attempt to hold the
Nicholas,
train.
no.
And as the four could not be stopped, could not be reasoned with, and could not have any action at all, they walked and dragged poor Nick along. Minutes passed, and Nick heard the voice again and again and again, commanding him to submit. Submit to her. Submit. He would not. His mind, an impenetrable fortress of 12s on a d20, and he found himself the sole member of the Wanderers of Starlight maintaining his awareness through this event. As the minutes passed on and you were dragged through the sand, you saw a shape emerging on the kind of like horizon, the 250, 300 feet or so you can see within this sandy, dusty landscape. Coming close to you, you spotted a boat. Shouted out to it, waved to it, attempted to get their attention. The boat came for you, and as it got closer, you saw that it was manned by the Minotaur, who you had been informed were the natives of the Earthdale. As they came within about, as the boat got within about 10, 15 feet of your group, the four that had been controlled fell limp, their bodies tumbling into the sand, into a deep kind of comatose sleep. The Minotaurs jumped off and checked in with Nick, made sure he was okay, which kind of surprised them, and brought your allies onto the boat. Recognizing Oni, they brought you directly to Terrestiel, the massive world turtle city that walks around within the Dale of Earth, this constant companion for Eden, and the home of the Minotaur. As the ship docked at this city, powered and guided by this hexagonal shaped item that the navigator of the ship is holding, with these four stones in it, capable of creating gusts of wind to propel the ship across, and then as you got to the city, a pillar of stone to lift you up from the ground, which sat about 80 to 100 feet below where the bottom of the shell is, and raising you up and up to the lower tiers where the ship could be docked and you could enter the city proper. Nick was guided to the Hearth, a tavern here within Terrastiel, and everyone was given a bed to rest in. He was informed by the High Chief and the High Priest that there was someone here who had been waiting for them, and that when everyone had regained their senses, to let them know and they can send for them.
My
But
dad.
until then, to rest and recover. A few hours passed, and Oni recovered his own senses, being granted a boon from freedom, the relic he wears around his neck, and the two of you spent that evening within the hearth, reading and meditating and awaiting the awakening of your friends. And as the next morning came, everyone kind of shook off the sleep and awoke together. You sent for this new person, someone who had been waiting for you specifically here. And that was when you met Stir and learned about Mia and what happened. Stir held nothing back. His existence prior to becoming Stir, one of obfuscation and keeping secrets, he is tired of it, and it has not worked for him. So he opted to tell you everything, laying it all bare, his remorse, his shame, the decisions he made as Mistra that led to his sundering, and what it means for he and Mia. He implored her to return to Mechanus with him so that they can rejoin and become Mistra once again, to help maintain the fabric of magic and to maintain the engine itself that fuels the arcane weave. He looked out at the group, the heavy weight of his words resting on each of you, and he saw the pain that it was causing, that this choice was causing. You implored him for other options, but the only option he could give you was that you must return with him, Mia. Nothing can be done immediately, as you are currently stuck within the domain of Eden. Even he and Mia are incapable of leaving this place, and so he has offered his aid to you in helping wrest Eden from the control of Severin. As you asked your final questions about the Feywild, and he informed you about Bastile's utilization of a paradox to create a stable kind of looping time within the Feywild, but that itself was beginning to fade as the paradox had resolved. Stir then stood, looked out over each of you, and apologized before turning and heading out into the inn to find himself a room here within the hearth so that he could be close. Leaving the five of you together here within the stone walls of the hearth in Terrastiel. The air, a kind of thick, earthy smell of dirt and mud, but clean and dry. What you guys got for me?
Trauma. Heartbreak.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, the usual. Boy.
Well, now what?
I guess we start making a plan to find Eden.
Do we want to talk about what to do for me?
You had 2 weeks in a moment, and it still isn't enough time to figure out what to say.
Nope. Sure ain't.
Mm,
And I don't know.
I'll be right back.
yeah, kid is like he's still like looking down, like instinctually, like checking over his gear, cleaning and whatnot, while saying, I guess, trying to get a game plan together. He can't even look at anyone, especially Mia. Like he can't. He doesn't know what to do. All this intelligence, and then when it matters.
I'll go get us something to drink real quick. Okay? Maybe that'll help. And she'll just like get up and look at the rest of the party, and then we're allowed to leave, right? The door's open. I don't assume it's closed or locked or anything, but
It's closed.
well, not like locked. She'll try the door.
You tentatively reach out. The door is unlocked. You are not locked in.
Okay.
We are not prisoners.
So she'll just very quietly get up and go to the door and then close it quietly behind her.
You step out into the hallway, and look left and right, and head to the left back towards where the main tavern was downstairs. And as you're getting to the stairs, you see Stir walking up the stairs, kind of like stops on the step just below the top step, about like 5 feet away from you, to the point where you guys are pretty much eye to eye, because he's just a little bit taller than you are, even with your extra height. And as he kind of stops and locks eyes with you, he drops his head. I am so sorry for all the pain I am causing. This was never our intention, you know this. Well, you don't, but...
Right. I don't know. But I do... I don't believe you meant to hurt anybody, no. from what you were saying, it seems like a complicated situation.
That is the right word for it, yes.
I don't really know what to do with all of this. I know what the responsible thing is to do. I do, I get it. Is to go back together and retake up whatever we were doing. But obviously it didn't work so well the first time.
It worked for as long as it could, I suppose. But, yes, the plan failed in the end, and now I am picking up the pieces again.
Right. What's to stop that from happening again?
Nothing, except our effort. We try and try, and we try again. There is no
But
guarantee.
shouldn't we try something different than just the same thing? And if it happens again? What if it gets
He kind of
worse?
gets to the top of the stairs and sits down, and turns his back to you, kind of sits down and taps down on the step, like next to him.
Yeah, she'll sit next to him.
We've tried many different things over the years. The biggest mistake has been not trusting them. Kind of just motions out across, like, the space before him, the stairway. We should never have kept the higher level secrets. We should never have separated ourselves from the gods, and it is this perspective that I have been given in the last month, lacking of power, and given only the burden of the knowledge of choices we've made, that I understand that. However, that is a choice for after the pieces are put back together. The first thing we must do is fix everything that is falling apart, and if we fail to do that, then there won't be anything for us to try again on.
I mean, isn't that what they're doing?
It is. And we have a role in it as well. Kind of like sits up. I know you don't know any of this because I know it, but Mechanus is more than just a plane. It is, as I have referred to it, the engine of magic. But magic has always been. We have always been, and it always will be. So the engine doesn't necessarily create magic. It creates the weave. It translates the pure arcane energy of the universe into something that we designed. And without it, magic will cease.
Right.
The Modrons are capable of maintaining the engine, but each day, each attempt at new magic, each attempt at what Severin is doing to the east, costs them. We are needed there to maintain Mechanus as Mistra. That is how we help them the most. We maintain the rules of magic so that they can rely on them and actually win this fight.
How long?
Once
Well, no. How long do you think that there's left for it to go without us?
I have no way of knowing. I have been trapped in this demi-plane for the entirety of my existence as Sir. I haven't even been able to communicate with the Modrons, or I don't know. That is why we must hurry. We must free ourselves of Eden's entrapment, and we must return to Mechanus. Because every day that we delay is another day that we risk tearing apart the fabric of magic and unleashing wild magic across everything. You've seen it.
I was gonna say, sometimes it's not so bad.
Imagine if every caster in the world was constantly rolling those dice. Those little bits of bad would add up real quick. It's what our rules are meant to mitigate. The wild mages are our gift to the world, a memory of how magic truly should be. But they must be in the minority.
Can't we just turn it off for a little bit so that it doesn't break, but you know, just like temporarily?
Kind of like looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and then like kind of thinks, if we were to return, we could cease the generation of magic, but then wild magic would take over. On top of that, the Epiphany grants Severin the knowledge to shape magic without that risk. He would be the only true mage in the entire world, the only one with absolute control of the arcane. I do not know. I do not think that it would be wise.
There's no way to just turn it off for him.
Power supersedes even ours as Mistra. That's why we couldn't stop him in the last 25 years when we were together. All we could do was embolden the people of this world, strengthen them, and guide them as best we could, without showing our hand.
Right. Again, that didn't really work so good.
No.
And just going back and doing it all over again.
What would you suggest?
That's what I don't know, but I know being here seems to help them.
He looks over at you and kind of stares deep into your eyes, trying to suss things out. And he shakes his head.
It helps me.
I know. And I know that it feels right. But sometimes the right thing is the hardest thing to do. You said it yourself. You know what the responsible choice is. I do not know what you have endured in this last month. I do not know what you all have been through. I can see that it has bonded you to them and them to you, and for that, I am sorry for this pain. But only together, only as the true god of magic, can we help. Take time. Think on other options. If you can think of anything else that might work, I'm all ears.
It's a lot to figure out and think about when I don't know a lot of stuff. I've been learning a lot the past month, I think, about how the
It's actually
world
been
works.
almost a month exactly. Yeah, it's 4 weeks today.
I've learned a lot since then, but if even you don't know the answer, how am I supposed to know that?
That is what I'm endeavoring to explain. I don't know the answer, and you can't know the answer, so we do our best. And right now, the best thing we can do is trust It is the one thing that, as you said, we didn't do before. That was why when I showed up here after the Sundering, I knew where I was. I knew who I was and what had happened. I weighed my options to keep you in the dark, steal you away in the night, and retreat to Mechanus, force things together. None of that seemed right. It seemed like something someone afraid would do, and I don't want to be afraid. I want to trust the people of this world, and the champions that the gods have chosen. I just think that I help them best. We help them best. From Mechanus, doing what we have always done, but perhaps a little bit more transparent.
But still alone.
It is our lot in life. We have always been. In the end, when the gods diminish back into a single entity of faith, and the people of the world fade, will be all that remains. Who knows who we will be at that point?
Not always. Not for this 1 month.
I envy you. To be able to walk this world with them without the burden of everything we know. Treasure them. Enjoy this time. It is all we get. Kind of like stands up. I'm in the room at the end of the hall. If you need me or when you are ready to go, please just come and get me.
Okay.
Gonna walk down the hall, leaving you sitting at the top of the stairs. Anything you guys want to do in the inn room while they're having this conversation?
We just woke up, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you woke up and had them sent for you. I think you had breakfast, and then Stir came in.
Going to attempt to meditate. I guess try to clear my head of everything that just been said.
That is fair. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask for this at disadvantage because of everything that's just happened. But go ahead, roll me a wisdom check as you kind of like finish cleaning off your armor. You can hear it's not bad. Voices down the hall. Which one was this? Your
Oh shit! I did my Vanguard action meditation last time, so this is gonna be. I gotta do charisma for gift of metallic dragon. Oh god!
well, I'll use the first roll. An 11 and a 13 disadvantage. I'll use that one. So a 12. Let's see, where is that? That is the DC, so that is 2d6. You kind of close your eyes and enter into your meditative state, focusing on that beating heart deep within your body. The heart that was once that of a man reborn into that of a dragon. Heart that fell in love with a goddess. The meditation comes a bit slower, but you do get there as you focus on that entirety of your being within you. Anything anybody else wants to do or say?
Are we able to do hours?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, it's the day is yours. However you want to proceed, it's up to you. It's not a particularly big room. It's about like 12-foot wide, maybe 8 foot deep. It has 6 queen-sized beds, 4 against one wall and 2 against the other in it. So it's not a lot of room for like moving around, but
Well, can I focus more on like the perceptive side of blind finding, like hearing and feeling,
sure.
kind
Yeah.
of, because Oni knows Ken's going through it, and he can tell that Mia is too. So he's kind of. It looks like he's not doing his training. He's kind of leaned against the wall by the door, arms crossed, like head kind of down, like focused. But he's actually trying to listen in on the conversation Mia and Stry had.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your training check.
Alright, courtesy, come on now.
Always takes so long.
Please.
I really just need to get into. Alright, so there's 1d6.
I don't think I have rolled above like an 8 in the past 5 sessions for these trainings.
Hey, look, another 12 from Nick.
What?
Right? Why 12? You didn't roll a
Uh,
12 on the die, though. That's the
Well, I didn't roll a
difference.
12. It was just
Yeah.
that's true.
That's 1d6 for Nick. You can hear their conversation down the hall, Oni, but as you kind of like lean back and you close your eyes and begin to focus, you can hear them talking, discussing everything, but it's hard to conceptualize like the three-dimensional space. So it's audible, but it doesn't really help hone those movement and reflexes of blind fighting as well. Nick, you flip into your book and begin kind of studying over your old notes, reading through things again, looking back over things that Mr. had taught you and reading through them in a new light, kind of judging things through the lens of all the information you were just given. And you find yourself kind of questioning a lot of it in this moment. That's why you only get a 1. Aerith, which one are you doing?
Cartomancy, or Cartomancer.
You kind of like sit up onto the bed that you had been placed in during your brief respite, thanks to Eden. Take out your cards and kind of like lay them out before you. Yours is 4d6. That okay. And as is tradition for the youngest, as your brother is in pain and doesn't know what to do, everyone's kind of quiet, you find yourself retreating into your hobby, focusing on it so intently that you start finding new ways to get this ether to kind of flow through the cards, new little tricks of imbuing just the right amount in order to activate it without destroying the card itself. And through your training, you find yourself mildly pleased and then feeling a bit ashamed that you're happy considering everything that's happening right now. But still a good roll. As you guys kind of wrap up the training, Mia walks up with a tray of like it's like grapefruit juice, but it's a little bit more like blood orange colored. And a bowl of a kind of like rice porridge for each of you as get you breakfast and drinks. You guys can have yourself an after training meal, and scene is yours.
This juice was the best one that they recommended.
Well, I'll I will partake. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right, everyone. As we've been debriefed, the only way we're moving forward is dealing with Eden. Uh, I guess we got to find a way to pinpoint where they are and try to make a somewhat safe path to the objective. Uh, Based on what happened to us, there's a high likelihood that other innocents have been caught up in Eden's mind control. So we gotta try to check our targets, make sure we don't kill any innocents, uh, and then we'll just go from there.
Well, luckily, it's not Eden directly we have to deal with. They told us we have to find the heart of Eden in the cave in that mountain. So, it's not like we have to go directly to Eden, right?
Eden is the mountain. It is the mountain that kind of moves. It's a massive. It's like Kilimanjaro. Not Kilimanjaro. What's the other one?
We gotta get those
Fuji.
minotaurs making more sense now.
That was my fault. Because Oni's familiar enough with the Dales. Eden herself is a massive mountain that is this entity that kind of moves along, and it always the Titans will always be at the center of the effect of a Dale because it's kind of a radius around them. So finding her isn't going to be hard. Um, Getting into the mountain Eden and then finding the heart, which that was correct. That the heart was stolen by Severin, and that something was left behind there, and that is what's corrupted it.
So we just go there and find that thing and either fix it or destroy it. That seems easy,
Yeah, in and out, 2 minute adventure.
right?
You do also know the High Chief and the High Priest, and they can be called on if you wanted to discuss further with them or make plans with them. They are basically like waiting to hear from you, Oni, as you were sent out to go and find uh, warriors capable of helping the Earthdale.
Yeah, and we basically, they know we preemptively agreed. Like, we told them already that, the group would be more than likely down to do it. So hopefully they're getting the little anti-tempering scale thing they have set up for us so that we can head out as soon as possible, I guess.
I mean, that's what we have to do, right?
But we're definitely gonna need one of those things because if everybody but Nick gets mind controlled by Eden, we're kind of boned.
I don't know if I would trust me to be permanently non-mind controlled.
Hey, maybe we all get mind controlled and she just takes us to her and then problem solved, right? Then we just snap out of it and fix the problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
that's how that works.
Hmm.
Well, then what's the plan, gang? Do we have any ideas, any goals, anything we want to try to do before we head out? Anything we want to ask the chief?
Look,
I do.
I
Good.
know.
Only claps his hands. Good talk, everyone.
Yeah, I look, and then we'll stand up and like look at everybody else and just things are weird right now with this, and this can wait. Okay? We have a mission, and this isn't anything else new for us to go and do the mission. So focus on that. Okay?
think the Wanderers have been through too much.
She just stands there, like, her
Hands
hands up.
muted.
Do we know anything about Gaia, or was it a crystal was stolen, or
Well, we could
how
go
would
ask the people, right?
Yeah, we can go ask the chief, advisor. You know, like there are allies in this, so like we can go pick their brains for any information we don't have.
Any information we don't have being most of it, right?
No, just like normal. I'm gonna be honest. Since I've been with the group, I don't think we have ever had a large majority of the information going into anything so far.
Exactly. So no different than usual.
Kind of the norm. I'm really wonders, but I mean, if it works, it works. You know.
Exactly.
If they knew where they were going, they wouldn't be Wanderers.
exactly?
So let's go. She just gestures to the door.
Mia picks Nick up.
Go.
I guess let's go.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
To find the chief,
Okay.
like the people that have the know-how that we don't currently. You know.
Okay. As you guys kind of gather up together, gathering your equipment, your armaments, your gear, ensuring that everything was still there, nothing was taken or left behind as you had been tempered temporarily. You head out into the city proper. This massive, kind of tiered, sandstone-like city. The buildings have a very square adobo type shape and are all hewn out of this same kind of slightly darker brown sandstone rock that makes up the entirety of. Uh, it's kind of like a hill that the city's built on, and that hill sits on the shell, almost like the dirt and the soil of everything beneath you is on the back of this massive turtle. And if it weren't for the fact that you had seen these huge lizard-like legs in the sand as you approached, Nick, you from this perspective would have a lot of trouble believing that this is a city on the back of a turtle. It just looks like any other kind of tiered city like Erebor. Oni leads you through down a few side roads onto a main thoroughfare into the God, I had the name for it and I lost it, but it's like a massive kind of tent complex built off of the edge of this huge sandstone wall where the High Chief and High Priest hold office. And as you guys head in, you are greeted by a female Minotaur who leads you to a small kind of council chamber where you are offered drinks and seats, and the High Chief and High Priest are summoned. You wait for a few moments, and then there is a kind of rustling at the door. The door opens, and you see is Vitor Keenfigure, and I can never remember the other guy's name. I like Keenfigure. He's got a fun name.
Vitor.
Who is the High Chief of Terrastiel? Or I'm sorry, he is the High Priest. Cordred Iron Eye is the High Chief. They both walk in and take their seats, kind of on the other side of this hexagonal-shaped table. Good morning. I trust that you all have recovered well within the city.
Oni will kind of nod, like appreciatively. Just yeah, it's it's been one hell of a morning already, but the party seems as ready as ever to get on the road, tackle this mission, take our minds off of some troubling news we received. So
Is it... Should we be concerned? Does this pertain to the Dale? our mission, or is this?
No, it's more personal.
Well, if we can be of assistance, please let us know. As for the mission at hand, we have procured for you all the use of a scale and a sand skiff to convey you to Eden. We can send along one of our guardsmen to accompany you, but he would have to follow you entirely into the heart of Eden, and it would most likely be a one-way trip. A sacrifice, no doubt, that they would be willing to make, but one that, if we could forestall it, would be appreciated.
Yeah, no, I believe we're more than enough. I don't think anyone needs to lay their lives on the line for our sake in this situation.
Veter kind of sighs and closes his eyes. Good, good. Then I shall instruct you on the use of the scale. He reaches into like a bag kind of tucked into the small of his back. And everything about this city is about 30% bigger than you guys are expecting. The Minotaur themselves
They're
are about,
Minotaur.
yeah, even at the shortest, they're as tall as Ken. The tallest are up to 8-9 feet tall. So you're in like normal bedroom chambers are about 15 feet tall. It seemed like the in-room you were given at the hearth was tooled for smaller races, ones traveling from the other dales, as not all of them have these large people in them. But the Minotaur here are quite large, and so as he takes his hand out, the scale itself fits into like the palm of his hand, and he places it down into the center of the table, and it looks like a slightly bowed hexagonal turtle shell. And in four corners of it, you can see four different colored stones: a red stone, a yellow stone, a green stone, and a blue stone. And in the center one, a clear kind of. It's not diamond and it's not quartz. It's somewhere kind of between the both, where you can see through it. It's somewhat translucent, but there are wisps of like white threads running through the center. Who among you is familiar with arcane devices and the manipulation of arcane energies? Looks out across as Veter looks out across everybody.
Only gestures at literally the rest of the party.
Okay, well, this device is capable of absorbing the vast amounts of earth-based ether in our environment and converting it into etheric energies of the other primary elements. This enables us within the city to create air, water, and fire, which are necessary for our survival. The shell itself, and he kind of like taps on the carapace-like base of the scale, is a gift from Terrastiel himself, and provides a similar area of protection. Even at Eden's best times, it is dangerous to travel these wastes without something or some sort of defense against compulsion. It was rare in the past, but has grown less rare in recent days. The scale provides a small area of effect around it, about 30 feet. Anything beyond that will be at the mercy of Eden. And as you get closer, her voice will get louder. What this means is that you all must remain together. Stay close. If you stray too far from the wielder of this, and he nods down at it, then your minds, well, you've already experienced it.
If we go outside of it and then come back in, does it fix it?
If you have managed to maintain your senses, yes, it will protect you. But if you have fallen under her compulsion, there is a period of recovery that is needed in order to shake the effect of tempering. It is not immediate.
Right, so no.
Nods, kind of agreeing with you.
Okay. So, but the within the 30 feet part is protected no matter what, or can we still fail it?
No. If you are within 30 feet of the scale, the protection of Terrastiel will keep your minds clear and safe from deleterious effect from Eden.
Okay. Well, that's good. Just gotta stay together, which I assume we were going to do anyways. Right?
Nick, be careful.
Yep.
Kate has found a way to make you stay in harm's way.
I didn't mean to target Nick with it, but you're right. He is the one who stays the furthest. I was just like, I'm going to make them group up. I'm going to make them get together.
You know what? I can resist it. I believe. I'll just walk off on myself.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
30-foot bubble and then 20 feet back, Nick sneaking through the sand.
You just gotta keep rolling 12s on the die every time.
Exactly.
But
Alright, and
Yeah.
is there anything they need to know about how to operate this?
And looks across. If you are familiar with elemental spell work, it is very similar. While holding the device, you have the capability of an extension of your mind. You merely must summon forth the element you are wishing for. The device does the rest. It is as easy as we could make it for our warriors in the field, and does not require any sort of arcane potential from its wielder. Above table, that means it's not attunement, so you can just carry it.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
But
Had
essentially,
it been attunement, it would have been relegated to kin by default, so that works.
And how many scales do we get again?
One.
Just the one.
This is all we can spare. The scales are rare, and here on Parastiel, he himself provides us the protection. But venturing beyond, we only have a handful. Please do not lose it.
No, we would never.
No.
not like all the clusters of horses we've left to their own demise.
It's
No,
Sorry.
fine.
the sand skiff, leave that behind. We can build more of those. It's...
See this?
any of you familiar with boats?
We have permission to
Technically,
use the horse
yes.
this time.
Technically, yes.
Piloting of the sand skiff will be very similar. Whoever is operating the keel will most likely be the wielder of the scale itself. You'll want to have a constant feed of air and wind energy into the sails, which will propel you. Couldn't make it any easier.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's relegated to Ken anyways.
Sounds like it.
I really wanted Nick to
Can
carry
you
it.
make it a little backpack for you, Ken? Are you able to incorporate it into your armor in some way so that it's there, but you don't have to carry it?
I could attach it to Fafnir.
I didn't think about Fafnir.
I really wanted
That
Nick
way,
to carry it just because it's like half his body size.
all those fucking gnome TikToks here lately is just Nick walking around.
I'm like, no.
Alright, and while we're here, I want to kind of listen to the group. anything anybody can think of, any information we need from them, any questions you've got, any concerns before we head out into a desert that we might never return from.
I guess, do we need to look out for any unfortunate soul that might have gotten caught by the tempering?
They look at each other, and there's kind of like a pained exchange. We would not want to risk your mission to save the few that have already been lost. I do not wish to condemn my people to this fate, but the greater good, and, more importantly, Eden must come first. Without her, the very firmament of our world may fall apart. And I fear what this man in red plans to do with her power.
What
Fair enough.
what happens to the people who get tempered?
Their minds are taken over. They are compelled to join the mountain. The few that we have followed will begin to exhibit signs of crystallization and petrification, although their bodies do not stop. The etheric imbalance within their very forms twisting into an elemental.
So not good.
They just shake their heads.
No. Okay.
In the past, Eden stood as a protector, her voice calm, her song beautiful. Those that threatened us, she would call, compel, destroy. She has not lost her way in a long time.
Why didn't she protect herself from Severin?
She tried. We tried. He came like a storm. He knew what he was after. He knew what she was, and he didn't seem to be affected in the same way the rest of us are, traveling in the wilds.
Of course not.
It's almost like he had an epiphany.
Magic is mine, bitches!
Anything else? So we just go to where she is, and that's where we find her heart, or well, where her heart used to be, I guess.
Make for the mountain at the center of the dale. The mountain, Eden. Within it are the chambers of her heart. We've only been there during the peaceful times. A massive, massive chamber at the center of the mountain. The walls and ceiling stretching beyond and further than you can see or imagine, but laced with a beautiful orange crystal that glows like a burning sky. From that eternity hangs the heart crystal, the heart of Eden. Those in the priesthood believe that it is the point in which the Dale of Earth and the plane of Earth intersect. A massive rift that has crystallized and hardened. What has become of it since? I can only fear. But that heart is what must be addressed. Whatever has been corrupting it, destroyed. And hopefully that is enough to give her some self. From there, we must recover that which was stolen. But first things first. We must end the corruption, end this evil Eden herself, and allow true form to retake.
Okay. Easy enough, right?
Sounds
go.
easy.
All right. I guess nothing left to do but to get started.
Very
So
well.
go and do it.
Your ship is awaiting you. God, which dock would it be? The 4 starboard dock. Head there when you are ready. They know to wait for you, Master Oni. And good luck to you all.
All right. All right, gang. Let's get to it. I guess we're gonna go grab. We're gonna go grab them from their hotel room. Let them know we're leaving.
Make sure whoever has that has it in their inventory. As who's picking up the scale off the table.
I guess I'll grab it.
It's heavier than you were expecting. It's got weight to it, and as soon as you touch it, you can feel these they almost feel like mana circuits. It's like looking at an organic computer, like looking at artificery, but made out of living matter as opposed to crafted by a craftsman like yourself.
Huh. That's interesting. All right. I guess I'll put this somewhere safe.
In your pocket.
Let's see. It's probably about 7-8 inches in diameter, about the size of like a small dinner plate.
Oh, okay, that's not as big as I thought.
Yeah, the way that you saw the one Minotaur was holding it in his left hand while he was on the boat with Nick, and he had like his fingers curled up around the edges of it, holding it. And his hand's a little bit bigger than Ken's, but it pretty much fits about the same. You just kind of like cup it in your offhand.
All right. Let's go grab our new friend and get started.
Okay. Anything you guys want to do along the way as you head back to the hearth?
Do we want to talk about how maybe it might be dangerous to take both halves of the God of Magic into the heart of evil, basically?
Right.
It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to talk about, please feel free.
Oh, that's true. Fuck.
I mean, I
I mean,
feel
I'm
like
down to take it, whatever you guys want. I just feel like I should probably mention that maybe putting both halves of, good old God of Magic at risk all at once might not be as smart as one or the other being. But it did look like he had a big ass hammer.
Yeah.
So it could also still come in handy.
And he was clad in full plate mail.
So he's equipped.
Yeah, he's ready. It seems like he's ready to fight.
I
I'm
think
just playing
he.
devil's advocate here,
I
so that we're
Yeah.
all aware that it's the other half of the God of Magic.
Right. Well, from what he was saying, even if one of us is gone, it's bad either way. So, I mean, both is fine. Either way, I'm coming with, so
Oh yeah, no, you were one of the gang. It was never a you're not coming if he comes. It was more of a do we want to bring him and put him at risk also thing. You're one of the boys. You don't really have a say in the matter. You're there.
good. But as I was trying to say, I think if one of us dies, either way, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So might as well bring both.
Yeah, it seems like he could take care of himself, at least physically, so we'll just have to do our best to adjust properly. Oh, speaking of adjusting, Fafnir, you with me until the foreseeable future.
And like scurries around you, jumps up onto your shoulder, nods, and leaps off of your shoulder and onto hers.
I have the dog now.
You do. It's kind of like a dog cat sitting on your shoulders. All right. You guys finish your hike back across the city, kind of heading back down and around to the port side of the turtle. So you're kind of going in the opposite direction you need to go for your ship eventually, but it all works out in the wash. You head in to the hearth. The tavern keeper kind of nods, seeing you all walk in as you push past the kind of barrier rope that they have to block off access to the inn rooms. You head upstairs to where the inn rooms and Stir are. Go down the hall. Who knocks on the door? Or do you just open it?
I'll knock.
You hear a sound of shuffling metal. Boonk, boonk. Door opens. Is it time?
It's time.
Then let's do
I'll
this.
uh, I'll debrief you on the way to the ship.
Very good. Alright. He falls in line with the rest of your party. You make your way across the city. You spot a couple of other members of different races. Oni notices them and kind of points them out. A Tabaxi, one of the Yagudo, off on one side. The Tabaxi, these small, shorter, 5 foot tall-ish, cat-like humanoids. Two of them in a heated kind of discussion with a Minotaur craftsman, and the Yagudo itself, this almost comparatively large to the Minotaur bird. But as you look at it, you see that the feathers themselves, though it's wide and beefy, it's like an owl, where it's kind of just going off. It's got everything just fluffed out, and
Trying to look bigger.
yeah, they see if I can actually find a picture of the Yakuto.
It's like buffing itself up.
Right.
Yeah, I can't find one that really. Here, this one will work. A samurai one, sure. And as you walk through the city, this very odd place here within the Dale Lands. No humans, no half-elves, no elves, no gnomes, no halflings. Very little, except for these very beast-like races. You approach the fore-starboard dock, and as you kind of make your way towards the dock itself, the dockmaster steps out and greets you all. Master Oni, allies, your ship is waiting. Follow me, I will bring you to it.
Allies.
They don't know you're the Wanderers of Starlight. You just know your allies of Oni. Leads you down a kind of docked pier that hangs off the side of the turtle. And as you step out onto the pier, it becomes obvious that you are on the back of a big turtle, as you can now see like the bottom ridge of its shell curling into the underbelly, this massive, like 80-foot in diameter curve of its shell. As you are led to your ship, which is currently being like suspended by cables. You are all Oni's friends. You are all led onto the ship. The dockmaster nods at you all. Our hopes and the dreams of all go with you. Best of luck to you all. And as you all kind of like look at him and look at each other, he pulls a lever and the ship begins to descend. You watch as the shell rises up next to you. You begin to see like a kind of lighter underbelly, a similar shell-like structure, but just also going off just into the edge of your vision, which only goes about 300 or so feet with all of the sand and dust that's constantly being kicked up around here. And as you descend and descend, you are lowered into the ground as the kind of like boat rests on these skids on the sand. What you guys doing?
Alright, I guess we're gonna put this skill to use. Alright, skill terrestrial, give us some wind.
Alright. You take up the kind of center keel in your right hand, you hold the scale in your left, and as you see the hooks that were holding the ship kind of detach and raise up into the air around you, you reach into the scale with your mind and you feel as the ambient ether is just pulled in like a vacuum, and then the green gemstone lights up and a gust of wind forms above you and boom, slams into the sail and starts pretty quickly sending you on your way. And as you leave the 100 or so foot perimeter around the ground of Terrastiel, feel its protection, this massive embodiment of the true Terrastiel, fade away, but you still feel the protection of the small shard, the shell, the scale that Ken is holding in his left hand. For this travel, can somebody please roll me a d8?
Hell yeah. Dice. On a roll dice.
Go for it.
Roll dice. Yeah.
Okay, that
That
works.
can only be good luck.
Roll me 2d6.
All right.
Get 2 sixes.
Get 2 more ones.
Oh.
Oh,
What about 2 twos?
Alright, okay. Alright. So, as you head out into the Dale of Earth, you kind of feel as the boat skids along beneath you, this massive center hull that you're all standing on. A single room at the back, like a captain's quarters, kind of, but not really set up for any sort of long-term stay. There's no bed or anything in there. There's just like a desk, a couple chairs for sitting, and probably a bookshelf that has some of like the maps of. Actually, there wouldn't be maps of these areas, so there wouldn't even be maps in this boat.
No
It's small and a lot more sparse than you're used to for a ship, and it is suspended over these two like runner legs that are connected by these massive wood like logs that feed into the center hull. Beneath you is an empty hold, but it is you have access to it through like a top hatch that can be opened and removed. And the 6 of you, because yeah, make sure I got everyone. You guys are cool. Are spread out on the ship. I'm trying to think of how to narrate this correctly. As you soar through the Dale of Earth, traveling fast as you would on the Starlight Dragon, covering vast amounts of sand and terrain, the constant like kind of changing and shifting terrain like waves sending you, but the sand kind of mitigating those impacts, and with each one you feel as those wooden struts kind of bend just a little bit but never break. You've been traveling for about 4 hours at this point, and Oni, actually, I'll ask you guys this. Where would everyone be? Ken, you're kind of at the center behind where the main sail is, where the main keel, the controls are, because you have to be like right there in the center. Where would everybody else be in relation? Yeah, like here, I'm trying to figure out how to do this without. I know.
We're also boat shape, and we'll put our tokens where we
Right.
think we would be.
Go ahead and
There you
arrange
go,
yourselves where you think you would be.
There's the
The
boat.
green area that you can see around Ken is the bubble of protection that Terrastial's scale is providing.
We can't see the green,
You
unfortunately.
can't see the bubble. Okay, let me fix that.
There's a bubble of green. What bubble? There's the bubble. Okay.
That's the kind of like small captain's quarters at the back. There is. I kind of put everyone where I figured you would be, and it looks like I got it pretty right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mia's just kind of watching over the side of the ship.
Why are you damaged, Mia? Why are you damaged?
Oh.
You guys have had a long rest since you guys took the force impact damage from
Yeah, see, I don't know what
teleport.
you're talking about.
Just wanted you guys to know, because Oni, you see it at first. This kind of like V-shaped dusting in the sand, like a fish swimming next to you, and then a hand reaches out, and you kind of like swirl around, and you look around. You can see like being surrounded by piranha, as earth elementals are flying alongside you all
Oh.
at speed
Hello.
with you. One in front, kind of like erupting out, moving in that same direction. But we're going to do a moving map. Haven't done this in a while, or a moving combat. Everyone's moving at the same speed, 100 feet around, and they're all moving in that same direction that you can see with the arrow. The earth elementals are kind of like skidding along the ground like they're skating, and as they pop up out of the ground, they turn towards you, and with the like kind of carapace like shell on the front opening, you hear and I need
Maybe
everyone to
they
go
want to
ahead
be
and roll me
friends.
initiative.
Maybe they want to be friends.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Thank you for rolling a 1.
What
Hey.
kind of languages do they speak?
What languages do you speak?
Primordial. I speak that. Can I hear them?
They're not speaking primordial.
Oh.
They honestly, the first one that roared out was just like a roar, and not
He was
really
just yelling.
anything. He was just screaming, yeah. Oh, that one is very intense, but yeah, I'll take it.
I was gonna say the music was very like chill for the fact that we're getting attacked.
Oh, I can't hear the music.
Ah, no.
as long as it's in the recording, it should be fine.
Yeah, I'm not
Add
sure
an
how
arrow to the
loud it's gonna
page.
be on the recording, but
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Do you want me to stream? Or no, I can't stream. Do you want somebody to stream, Aurora?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
you can do it,
Yeah,
right?
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'll do my best. Right now, you're in the captain's quarter at the back of the boat alongside Nicholas.
Okay.
That's where I figured you would be.
I
There
can
are
see the map. It's not a problem.
All right. So as the earth elementals kind of erupt out of the ground, surfing and skidding along the surface of the sand with you all, Oni, you are up first.
Alright, well, don't know what they expect me to do here.
Your best.
Guess, let's see. Gonna double check. Well, they're definitely out of melee range, and I'm not gonna be spending like multiple actions to dash to get off the boat and keep up with the boat. So I guess a bonus action do do just close. Can say shot,
Okay.
and then I'll take my 3 attacks. I guess hit the big guy.
Okay.
Alright.
The 16 misses, the 30 and 20 hit.
Right. Ignore the booming blade. That's just the only thing. But I do have to add 2d4.
All right. You draw the recurve longbow that you had acquired while within the Fey Wild and quickly knock 3 arrows, firing them off at the large shape emerging from the ground. The first 2 kind of down that front gullet and it reels back. And the second, or the last one, deflecting off of the stone carapace. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's all 3 of my attacks and my bonus action.
Hell yeah, Mia, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
I forgot to roll in stir. Got to roll in stir.
Maybe he'll roll higher than you. Nope,
I
not
did
quite.
not.
Dang it. Okay.
As one, Mia, we act together.
Okay. Uh, you know what? Just for fun, I want to conjure my own Earth Elemental. Have one on our side.
Okay.
It'd be funny if it got controlled because of where we are.
Don't say that or give any.
Where do you summon it?
I'm gonna summon.
Oh no, probably need to keep it in the 30-foot dome, huh?
Yeah, summon it on the boat.
On the boat. Okay.
It's just
Alright,
gonna
alright.
join us.
I know exactly where you'd summon him too. As Stir looks to you and calls to your aid, you summon an Earth Elemental on him. He kind of gets shoved a little bit back.
There you go.
Not a bad choice, I suppose.
Look, he's on our side.
Let me make sure that you have access to the...
Oops.
Did I already give you an Earth Elemental before?
I think so.
Rocky with an eye.
And we were
Yeah.
traveling through the
Yeah.
cave.
Rocky.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I had... I don't think I ever
I
gave
thought
you
you
the
put him
character
on my
sheet for
thing,
one.
but I don't.
No, you do.
Yeah, I
You
do.
just have
Yeah.
the Earth Elemental. Okay, cool.
Okay. That. And it said roll his own initiative,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
As you take out the staff and kind of like hold it out, you see as the sand beneath the ship, all of the loose dust along the surface within this 30-foot area around Ken lifts up and coalesces in a massive into the center of the boat as Rocky forms.
Cool. And then 1365. Dang it, that's not the right table. Where is the one that I need?
Confusion on yourself,
Oh, good.
or up to 3 creatures of your choice within 30 feet take 4d10 lightning
Oh,
damage.
good.
Jesus.
Uh,
It's up to 3 of your choice, so it
yeah,
doesn't
well,
have to be.
it's fair. I should probably not cast confusion centered on myself.
Use
Because it's not
everybody.
me.
That
Yeah,
would
it's not
be
me confused. It's
preferred.
on us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's everybody.
It's fine.
So it'd be so funny. Do
It
it.
really, really would, but I think everyone would get mad at me.
Ah. I don't take their silence as agreeing that. When,
um, 30 feet of you.
yeah, it's those 2.
Right.
I'll volunteer for the last hit.
No, you don't have it. It's
It's
up
up
to.
to.
I know,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
just
up to. Oh, thank God.
really struggling with my chaotic impulses right now.
And suddenly people are less sad that Mia has to go, apparently. What's up with that?
I mean, don't forget that this is technically just a manifestation of chaotic magic that's happening because Mia doesn't entirely understand what she's doing. Make that fuel your decisions. Let it fuel you. He's got enough hit points. It's fine.
Sorry,
Right.
what were the choices?
Oh, I know what she's trying to decide to do.
Oh, God
I'm
damn it.
trying to egg her into doing it.
I know, and it's working. That'll make things interesting, right? I'm going to do it because it's funny.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Roll me
It's gonna
4d10.
make everybody upset.
No, I don't think that. I think they'll find it funny because you're targeting who I'm thinking you're targeting, right?
Oh, I meant I was gonna do the confusion.
Oh, you're gonna do confusion.
Yeah. Just because it's funny.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's the bigger chaos impulse.
Yeah.
Can everybody roll me a wisdom save as well as Rocky?
Would that still affect Nicholas and I since we're in a separate room?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
think.
hold on. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's smaller than I thought. It's 10-foot radius sphere. So it's really just Ken and Nick and Stir
Flash
and Rocky
influence.
And myself.
and
Oh,
yourself.
boy.
So Nick, Stir.
15.
I thought confusion was a like
Right? I thought it was
30-foot
bigger too.
radius. It's less
Wow.
chaos, I guess. Guys, you know what? Stir can't make this save. He rolled a 9,
Good.
but he gets his
So did
plus
I.
0 on his wisdom. I guess technically he has advantage because of that. That doesn't make it any better.
Nice.
Okay.
You confused the guy who is holding the item that is literally keeping everyone safe, right? That's our boy.
Give me one for Rocky too.
Oh. I don't think he can make it either. It's fine.
Okay. Used. This is what happens when you don't get to play D&D enough. Your chaos impulse just gets too
Right?
strong.
And then you were like, it's a manifestation of your magic. You know what she is right now with all of the stuff we talked about? She's real confused.
I thought you were gonna hit Stir with the third lightning bolt.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, anything else you'd like to do?
be confused, apparently.
Yeah, be confused. Okay, so Stir rolls a d10. Rolls a 3, so I need to pull up confusion. He doesn't move or take action, so he doesn't run off the boat or run away, and then he gets to make save. Guys, he can't make this save. Because it's above a 20, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you cast out your spell, he kind of like looks at you like, together, we'll fight together. We'll show them, and then you cast out your spell. You see this wave of magic like pulse out of Mia. Ken, you feel as your senses go completely haywire. You see as Rocky starts like, Nick, to you this pulse kind of comes through the wall, and everything. It's like suddenly being on an acid trip. The whole world just starts to flip inside out and all around. Stir kind of just goes dead and stands, and his hammer falls limp, and he just doesn't move or do anything.
At least it doesn't make you out of concentration, right?
Yeah.
We at least still have Rocky there. Even he might be confused, but at least he's still there.
Aerith, this is your turn.
I will rush out,
Okay.
or at least try to.
You step forward and open the door, and you could kind of push past Rocky and get to the left side of the boat where you could see the elementals on that side.
Right there?
Or
no, wait, left side.
Yeah, I was thinking that one would work too, but I was thinking like right there.
Okay,
These are also fair. The runners are also fair if you wanted to get down over
Mhm.
those because they're a fair game. They're just like a hop down, like doosh.
I will take out my pistol and shoot this one.
Alrighty.
The one I'm facing.
Which
Okay. Hold on. Fucking think.
That one?
Yes, that one.
Gotcha. 19 hits.
Sweet.
Right.
Then I will do a Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So I have 3, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All those hit. As you raise the Sicarius in its kind of revolver form, you pull the trigger once, and as it lands, you like pull it back in, and like Cassidy, just boom, just hammer drop 3 times, 3 Eldritch Blasts. All right, 15, 18. Got it. Anything else you want to do?
With my attack, as well as my action, bonus action, I'll activate Blade Song.
Okay. You begin your Blade Song chant.
are you singing us a sand shanty?
This
No,
one
I'm just tapping my feet.
rushes towards the ship, skidding along the sand, keeping up with it, and as it gets close, it leaps into the air and crashes onto the sand runner. And it's going to unleash its maul attacks on you, Aerith. As a 25 and a 26.
Hold on. One of the bad things about the app is that I don't think I can
Turn on
add
your blade song.
on. Yeah, so I'm
Here,
gonna
I'll get it
mess
for you.
with it. I was gonna mess with it on. Oh.
There you go.
Like, what did you say to hit?
25 and 26.
Shield.
What does that get your AC to?
If it's at a 24 now, so that's a 29.
29, okay. You see as it leaps in at you, and as you begin your chant, you turn and raise your shield. The 2 heavy strikes into it, unable to actually hit you. Ken, it is your turn. Roll me a d10.
What do you do, Kim?
Hey!
He does whatever he wants to do. You can act and move normally. So Ken, what are you doing?
Is he muted?
I'm
Oh, no.
shooting this element up our ship.
Okay.
Down here.
So you guys thought that I was just going to group you up into a group of like 30 feet, but no, I put you on like a 20-foot boat, and then fly you. 18 hits, 15 unfortunately misses. 12. Okay. Anything on your bonus action?
No.
Okay. Did we get? What did Rocky roll for his? He rolled an 11. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Also, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Flash of Genius.
There you go.
Hey,
Nice.
snap out of it, kid.
As you feel this magical wave wash over your mind and the whole ship begins to spin, you shake your head, kind of like put your hand on Mia's shoulder, you lower the, or you raise the Vidofnir weapon system from your shoulder and boom, fire over her shoulder. The second shot missing as you really were trying not to hit her. And as that moment of adrenaline kind of sinks in, your mind returns to you and you are not confused. Like it never even affected you. This one is going to also leap up and will. He's going to make his first attack at Echo Oni. 9.
No.
All right. The second attack at. We'll do Aerith. Oh.
I have the opportunity to do this funniest thing right now.
That's an actual 20.
Okay, well, Echo On is going to definitely intercept that for our boy.
Okay. So as it swings out at Echo Oni and Echo Oni like deftly ducks out of the way, the elemental turns towards Aerith, who is currently engaged already with one of its allies, and tries to land like a double-fisted haymaker on the back of Aerith's neck. And as that hit slams down with a boom of thunderous energy, you see as the echo is dissipated. No damage taken.
We definitely
about
don't need
to-
a nat 20 this early.
All right, good.
Is it about to end its turn?
It did end its turn, yeah. Affected armor. Oh, the one that just got here.
Yep, I'm just pulling
Magically
towards me.
Get over here.
to an unoccupied space. Cool. All right. Strength save. That does not save. It gets you
5
lash
feet.
out. Within 5 feet of you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, unfortunately, a 14 doesn't hit. All right. Okay. All right. So back on the huge one as it skates through the sand towards the front of the ship and kind of like leaps up onto the front of the ship, its front hand clawing into it. It's going to raise a fist and attempt to hit Oni. Actually, hold on. I need Aerith, Oni, and Rocky to make me strength saving throws.
Okay.
Right?
As it raises
I
this
love
massive
playing with my weaknesses.
massive fist into the air and slams it down onto the boat. This rippling of earth elemental energy cascading out from its fist like an earthquake across the surface of the boat, 15 feet out. You each take 28 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone.
Ooh.
How much?
28.
Alrighty.
And that's going to be its turn.
Mine
Roll a
is-
d10 for Rocky.
As he is prone on the floor. 10. Rocky also gets to do what he wants.
Hell yeah, get him, Rocky.
I guess he will use half his movement to get back up. Um,
I couldn't remember how you had it narratively done. It's like the ghost hand thing, right? Like Eric just posted.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that, but like big Ascalon claws.
Right. Yeah,
So,
I had like the
Final
mug
Fantasy
shot in my head.
16.
No spoilers.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Like
Can
it's been long enough. I can't be upset about
can
it.
he
So.
stand here or no?
Yeah, he can stand there.
Okay. No.
He's kind of
Punch.
like he's got one leg down. He's got like one leg up and a hand out, and he can still use his attacks.
He's super cool, and he's gonna punch the big one twice, or try to.
Okay.
Oh.
First one was good.
27 hits for sure. He gripping onto the side of the ship with one leg on the runner and one on one of the wooden beams. He pulls his left arm back and does a sweeping uppercut, slamming into the face of
Kaiju fight.
the the huge earth elemental above. Does anybody speak Terran?
Rocky does.
Rocky does.
Primordial?
Nah.
Or is this more specific?
Terran is actually more specific than Primordial. All right, so Rocky is still confused. All right. So as Stir stands kind of wavering, the hammer in his left hand, he opens like one eye and sees as the earth elemental comes close. And he raises the hammer quickly and knocks it out of the way and kind of like staggers back. Still the confusion weighing in his mind, he kind of like rests poorly on his back foot, and as he staggers back, the earth elemental leans forward and with a of its fist drives it straight into Stir's gut. That was another natural 20.
Oof.
Don't do that.
Oh,
He's on the ground like, I got nothing for you, Stir. I'm sorry.
yeah. It's actually a 22, so it does save, because it's a strength save, not a strength check.
Heck
Or
yeah.
sorry, it should be 17. 17, does that save?
For what?
Yes, that does. Against the prone.
Okay.
But he does still take, jeez, a bunch of damage.
Nah, it's fine.
You see as he gets like boom, right in the gut and hits to the ground and kind of like bounces a little bit before falling into like a one knee down stance and lifting himself back up like this one's next earth elemental Myrmidon. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, those don't hit. That is a 13 and a natural 1.
Yeah, nah. Luckily, the bow is also a Kensei weapon because you get a melee and a range, so his AC is 26 right now.
Hell yeah.
Really?
That guy is going to take the dash action to be able to get up here, and that gets them all kind of onto the boat.
Hey, who let them up here?
Right? Nick,
Is the
it is your
boat
turn.
still moving?
Yes, it is. It is moving at 100 feet per round. So if you fall off the boat and you're off the boat for more than a round, you're going 100 feet.
Yay.
Sure,
That
that's fine.
includes these guys, does it not?
They're surfing along the surface at the same speed as you. And,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, let's just cast slow on them.
Roll a d10.
You have to roll
No,
a
you're
d10
right.
first.
No, you're right. Not
Save-
the confusion.
Right, you just have to save.
Oh
Uh-oh, that's the bad one.
no! I mean, you use its actions to make a melee attack against
Oh,
a
that's fine.
randomly
Okay,
determined creature
that's not the
within your
bad
reach.
one.
Roll
You
me
just
an
punch
attack.
the elemental.
Give me a. No, the elemental's outside. There's a wall there. The only one within range is Todd.
No, that's not.
No, not Todd.
Because that's
Is
why the
Todd
elemental didn't.
confused as well?
Huh?
Is Todd confused as well?
Actually, roll me a wisdom save for Todd. That's a good question.
Where
He
is
was there.
Todd's-
He
Punch
can't
the
save.
frog.
He is confused.
You just
Poor-
see. You just
poor
need to
Todd.
save from it at the end of this turn, and then it's funny again because
Well,
then it's
he-
only affecting myself, and that's funny.
I mean, Todd is lucky because I have really bad strength.
Right?
So,
Oh no.
Oh
worst case
no!
scenario, I feel like I hit myself in the head.
Roll
Because it's
me
usually
a
on my head.
d6 minus 2.
Roll
Come
one.
on, give me like a 1 or a 2.
No, stop.
Oh, come on.
As you
Minus
find yourself in
2
this
to
fit of
before.
confusion, you look over and there's a tiny rock elemental on the ground. You raise your staff and you squash it out of existence.
Oh,
No.
well, at least she's not
Nicholas
confused
is gonna be
anymore.
very sad.
Todd was
This is-
confused too, so he probably understands.
I'm sure he gets it.
This is the moment. This is when Nicholas villain arc
So it
began.
makes you
Turns
made me
away
hurt
from mistress
Todd.
teaching and becomes evil.
Oh no. Oni, it's your turn.
Alright, well,
You can
Everything's
roll.
in range now.
yeah.
You can also roll another wisdom save, Nick.
Yeah,
Yes.
save Nick, come on.
Please.
Don't be confused.
Please.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
See, now it's funny again.
You shake your head and look around.
No,
Todd?
not Todd.
And now it's sad again.
Oh.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna stand up. Gonna look this little guy, well, little comparatively, towards the massive one that's right here.
Mhm.
And he's just gonna punch. Like a lot, I think.
That's fair.
Punch that rock.
18 hits.
Make it bleed.
Alright, we're gonna do this just so I can start and put my blade off. So it doesn't get our hopes up with good damage rolls.
I mean, that wasn't bad.
Alright, and then flurry of blows.
Head and open up a calculator. All right.
And go ahead and shove that guy like 5 feet this way so it's potentially falling back into the sand unless it lands on there precariously.
Give him a. All right. As you kick yourself to your feet, you take like that focused stance and cast out your booming blade. That first hit, boom, right into the center, like the core of the creature. The echoing, thunderous blast of it seeming to crack the stone away far more than you would normally expect. You then follow up into that exposed area, and with that final hit, it skids back off the edge of the boat and does land somewhat precariously on the skid with a 18. But takes, God, how much damage did I calculate that out to? 82 points of damage.
Alright, and then I'm gonna risk an attack from that big guy and take a step here. That way I'm not being flanked.
24 to hit?
Nope.
Alright. He swings out, and as he swings out, you kind of like raise your hands and push off of his fist into the space, using the edge of the boat to brace yourself before landing back on the deck. Mia, it is your turn. Roll me a d10.
D10. Gonna roll a 3.
Gonna roll a 3. You don't move or take actions this turn.
That's fair.
Yep.
And then,
And roll a d10. You gonna make another wisdom save?
hey.
Hey!
Alright, question is...
Hey!
Hey. And I made it, so now it's just him, and now it's funny.
What about Rocky? Is Rocky still confused?
Yeah, Rocky's still confused, but I don't think he can make that save either.
Let me make sure that I can do this. Yeah, okay,
our
cool.
poor extra homies.
Stir, kind of like still recoiling from the thunderous hit that knocked him against the deck, shakes his head, and in a moment of clarity, he raises his left hand to his face, and speaks a short casting spell. And he's going to cast a spell magic on himself
That's fair too.
to dispel the effect. This is what I am talking about. And then he's going to use his follow-up actions to use his hammer against the one in front of him.
Oh yeah, don't get advantage because we are flanking.
Ooh, so that first one is just a 32.
Hell yeah.
It's two 32s.
Get
3, 34, 44 points. These heavy blasts. The hammer itself seems to not impact, but almost cut through with magical energy and send this echoing of just force through the creature. And as he finishes the second swing, I'm looking at all the things he has. He's going to kind of twist the hammer, readjust his stance, turn, and he's going to use 3 more attacks. As he action surge!
Get him! Get him!
There's so many 19s.
16, 35.
Just imagine if he was a champion right now.
Oh, I could actually be re-rolling 1s and 2s.
It's more math.
More.
Oh, that's so
Jesus.
worth it, though. So,
He mad.
yeah, he just a little bit. Oh, maybe. 16
Maybe it
plus
may.
25 plus 35 plus another 12 is 88. He readjusts his stance, refocuses the hammer in his hand, and boom, 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 and completely obliterates this elemental.
Yeah, that's our boy.
83 hit points left. And then as he does, you see him flicker out of existence and appear right behind. Actually, he's going to appear right here, flanking with you, Oni.
Damn, can I have that hammer, please?
He doesn't save unless anything can get him up over a 21 with a 19. He doesn't save, so he's still confused.
No, you said he dispelled
he
that.
dispelled it. He dispelled it. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, Aerith, your turn.
He's fine.
My turn. I'm going to get up. Then I'm gonna switch my Sicarius to the rapier form and then attack with Butterfly Blade.
Okay. Which one? You've got 2 within range. The one you were targeting, or the one that's at full health?
I was targeting.
Gotcha. Okay.
This one. And then I'll just attack normally.
Hey.
Hey!
Why?
Because it always happens on the one you don't butterfly blade out on.
I know. That'll be my turn.
Okay, 38, 44. Got it. All right. Then he is going to take his turn in response. It's a natural 20.
Now I can do the, since I have reactions again, I can silvery barbs.
Okay.
Okay.
26. Burn all those spell slots, man. It's great. This is definitely not the first fight before you go into a dungeon.
What's the worst that can happen?
Or our field.
Okay. I was trying to bait you into it. I didn't think you would. I guess you can get yours back on short with the warlock, so that makes sense. Okay.
I'm using first level. I don't have first level warlock. My warlock spell slots are at second level.
Oh, well, that's even better. As it begins to swing in, Mia shouts out with a spell, and seeing that confusion has left her, can you feel the confidence bubbling within yourself again? Uh, the swing goes wide, and as the second one comes, or sorry, as the swing begins to go wide, it still looks like it's going to hit. You raise your shield just to deflect it completely out of the way. The second attack was a 10 to hit, so that definitely just didn't hit. And it is your turn.
Get you a
Got it.
20, dog.
Right.
You
have
got
one
advantage.
roll.
Get you that nat 20 right now. Establish dominance.
I think you're muted again.
I'm indeed muted. So, yeah, turn around and suck that dude behind me. I'm
Okay.
using Booming Blade and Thunder Gauntlets because I want this
Okay.
fucker up the top.
You
Get
have
him.
advantage on the first attack.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
didn't even need it.
Oh, that's going to be so much damage.
Get him.
and
As
then
you feel
second
that confidence bubble, you lower the Vidofnir system out of your shoulder, the kind of like small railgun that has been now mounted in there, retracts back into the armor, taking hold of the corner of the building. You turn around towards the Myrmidon that has come onto your ship behind you, and you swing.
Hell yeah.
Get 'em.
Pull out your calculator.
I already did.
It's still out from last time.
You land a heavy hit directly in the middle of its head, the carapace shell around it cracking off, and as the thunderous boom of the Thunder Gauntlets and Booming Blade go off simultaneously, the kind of like helmet-like exterior is entirely shattered away, leaving this kind of molten, dripping core of a head left behind. It is still alive, but it lost 92 hit points worth of its life in that one hit.
Hell
So
yeah.
So
yeah,
again.
not bad.
out of 19. Okay.
Jesus.
Good lord. I'm gonna
He
I'm, I'm gonna
made.
need to I'm gonna need to adjust some things in Eden. Uh, as it
You're gonna
reels
adjust it, and then we're not gonna roll anything up like a 10 moving forward.
as it reels back, its chest kind of protruding out. You reel back with your right hand again and like propel it forward, boom, into its chest, and it crumples, staggers. It's looking real weak. Anything else you want to do?
Let me make sure I mark my stuff off. Defensive field.
Okay. Activate your defensive field. It is its turn. I like that you guys chose the enemies that were right after you in initiative. What's your AC, Ken? Yeah, it's not gonna hit. I thought a
I
23
I
might
did
hit.
forget one thing about the monster that attacked me was that he was supposed to have a minus 1d4
Ken should
because
also
of
have
butterfly
disadvantage on
blade.
all of their attacks.
Yeah,
So
because that's
those
my
things
close
happen.
placement.
Yep. So that actually burns a 20. So that
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
keep rolling 20s right now,
Right?
okay? Get them out of your system, please.
Now it's fine.
all right. Okay. So as it swings out twice, you in your full defensive stance, kind of like wedging yourself between it and Mia, deflecting those attacks at close range. It is unable to find any purchase. I guess this one will. First, does it get its smash back?
And Rocky is also kaiju battling with him.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
He's there. I know
He
he
doesn't.
looks just like one of the bad guys, but he's there
No,
too.
I know. I know what Rocky.
I know he looks like one of the bad guys.
I'll get you a Rocky token,
He's
Magus. I'll
helping.
make one for Rocky and for Gary and everybody.
Gary's gone
Uh,
though. Didn't you? Nick gave Gary away.
Yeah, I gave Gary away.
Oh, that's right.
Gave him
Well, we
away to the
could
past.
just summon another air elemental. We'll call him Aaron, but spelled like AIR.
uh, all right. Yeah, he's just gonna have to go after Rocky.
Fight me.
What's Rocky's AC?
17.
Oh, the 16 misses then.
Hey.
He takes 14
Hmm.
bludgeoning damage from the first attack, and as the first one lands, the second one comes out from like the underside, and Rocky twists out of the way, a boulder dodging a boulder. It's a sight. It is now Rocky's turn.
Punch
Get
him
him, Rocky!
back. Wait, hold on.
Oh, that's right. He is confused, huh?
I don't think he gets to punch you back.
He.
Yes, I do. I get to punch him back. Maybe.
Hold on. Roll me a d6. Odd
Yeah.
is the elemental, even is Aerith.
Oh no!
I mean, it's more than that. Actually, he has a 10-foot reach, so
Oh, he does.
yeah.
Okay.
I need a couple more numbers.
1, 2. Let me see. That would not. That'd be 10. Yeah. Okay. So
I got my
roll me a
pick.
d6.
There we go.
1, 2. God damn it.
It's me, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's Stir.
Okay.
Roll me an attack for Rocky as Rocky twists out of the way of this boulderous attack and while still twisting raises its fist.
Aw, it wasn't that
And
good.
as it slams down towards Stir, Stir raises his hammer and deftly deflects it out of the way. Goes, not me, you fool.
Do I only get the one attack, or do I still get to do the multi-attack? I think it's just one, but
It's just one, yeah.
okay.
He is actually out of initiative, so I can get rid of that one. And come over here after getting up, and we'll make his attacks against.
Does that one go boom because it was affected by booming blade?
It was affected by Booming Blade. It would, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll me the damage on
Fucked.
Booming Blade. As it kicks itself to its feet and skids forward, a chunk of its carapace, like, falling off of its back, but it seems a man on a mission. It's a 25 and a 23 to hit?
Neither.
Neither. All right. What's your AC at now?
26. As long as I attack, it's 26.
Hell yeah.
That first round, if anything goes before him, it's a 24.
That guy needs a natural 19 to hit you. That is ridiculous. Well, I'll just go ahead and try again. It's 25 and a 26.
26 will hit.
Okay. He's going to use his Thunderous Strike, so please make me a Strength save.
Alrighty.
As you dodge out of the way of the one that had just exploded and like moved up in front of you, you then feel the one behind you begin to reel back, and as it swings out, boom! It hits you in the top back of the spine. You take 8 bludgeoning damage and 9 thunder damage, and you are knocked prone.
Okay, well, we're gonna reaction. I just not prone. I
Okay.
used 4 key points to
Alright.
absorb
And
that.
yeah, about that.
As the
Get
swing is coming in, you feel it, and in that moment twist around, raising your cross block. The attack boom, into your arms, and then as it does, you see these massive claws boom, grip around it and pull it over to Ken. Go ahead and make me your attack.
Uh-huh. And oh good. Okay.
That hits.
Neat.
13. Got it. All right, Nicholas, it is your turn. Sounds of chaos outside.
You just squished Todd.
No.
What is going on out there?
You swing the
Open
door
the
open,
door!
pull it in, and you can see an earth elemental at quite close proximity with Ken.
Close the door!
You close the door.
Alright, let's actually cast slow this time to help
Okay.
everyone out.
There you go.
6 creatures. Alright. Alright. I'm guessing everybody yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
And then
And
I'll just
that is
back up to the back of the wolf room.
Neat. I love it when I just don't have to roll. It's fun. Exhaust. The affected speed is half.
Are their wisdoms really that low?
I mean, they have a 10. The huge one has a 12, but he's got a 22
Oh.
save. So,
Even with the 20.
yeah. So they are all slowed.
Nice.
Get up, Nick.
Anything else you want
Only
to do, Nick?
says from on the ground once more.
I think that's all I can do, so that'll work.
All right, Oni, your turn.
Alright, have movement stand up again. Kind of dusted himself off as he does and just looks at the guy in front of him like, alright, you're up.
Roll me damage. All right. Well, fortunately, he had 17 hit points, but thunder deals double damage because they're weak to it. So that's 21 damage. Boom! And with the booming blade, the last of the stones that make up the core of this creature are scattered into the sand as they and then slide away into the dale behind you.
Alright, well, that's one massive pile of people back there, so I'm gonna step up
God.
and help Rocky out a little bit. I know they're having a dope kaiju battle, but this thing seems pretty imposing, so he's gonna back him up.
Just jump on top of Rocky and ride him like a mouse. Punch this bigger guy in the face.
I mean, hell yeah, is he big enough? He's a size larger than me, right? I could get
He
on top
is.
of Rocky.
Yeah?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, then Oni will just kind
Hell
of
yeah.
skedaddle up onto the top of Rocky, looking at this bigger one in the face. Is like, all right, let's go,
Yeah.
square up, sir.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Both those hit. All that hits.
And you know what? Stir can't have all the fun. We're gonna action surge. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and click this one because it's a new set of action. I can boom and blade.
That was a 34 damage booming blade. 17 hits now that he's slowed.
Oh hell yeah!
Guess he's got an AC of 16 now. Oh boy. Okay, that was a lot. You pick yourself up and you deliver that 1 inch blow to the one that you had been fighting, sending it scattered into the stone and sand beneath the ship. And as you turn and kick into the air, grabbing onto the rocks and upper shoulder of Rocky, you twist and boom, 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 release your entire combo. Chunks of stone flying off the huge one. It's definitely not looking good, but it's still fighting. Mia, it is your turn.
Yeah, I don't like being here in the middle of everything.
But all your friends are around you too.
You know.
We all just want to give you a great big hug.
You're doing great out there.
Nick just in the back of the room at the back of the
Going great.
Watching the battle from an aerial perspective on his scrying ball, like,
Exactly.
Let's see.
Aurora, I'm gonna need you to not get nat 20 at the start of a fight from now on, so I can use my echo, please.
You make it sound as if I have the power over that.
what you got for us, Mia?
My character sheet keeps getting fucked up for some reason. What is happening?
Oh no.
All right.
Is it getting like stuck where you move your mouse and it
I guess, yeah, it keeps like getting small when I try to
keeps
like look at
resizing?
stuff.
Yeah.
I was about to be all like, it's the hacking that Roll20 had.
No.
That was just my credit card information, but it's been hacked like 17 times in the last 2 years, so what do I fucking care?
Yeah, I got that email and I was like, alright, cool. The account that has literally nothing on it is compromised. Oh no!
Right.
They want to get my character sheet.
Yeah. I'm gonna do Thunder Step
Okay.
because Thunder is good. I will do Careful Spell so that I am gonna hit some of you, but less. And I'll take Stir with me if
Okay,
he's willing,
sweet.
I suppose.
Oh yeah. Alright.
This. Oh, come on. Forgot that it's terrible.
Okay, so you take Stir, where are you going?
Oh. Back with Nick.
Okay. So as you reach out and kind of grab Stir by the arm and start casting the Thunderstep spell, I need everyone, I need Aerith and Ken to make me Constitution saving throws.
I'm good at those.
Yeah, and with Careful Spell you do automatically succeed, but
Oh, that's right, they do automatically succeed. Then it's just half damage.
yeah, I think it's just half.
I just need to make
7.
these guys. And none of them. Yeah, none of them save. Yeah, so Aerith and Ken, you both take 7 points of bludgeoning, thunder damage, and they all take 28 points.
Which is better.
It
That was
destroys
really-
one of them.
Hey, that was a really terrible roll.
It really wasn't good, but it still was enough to
It's
take
fine.
that guy out. Who had 18 hit points left.
Heck yeah. Fucking. Yep,
And then you appear in the captain's cabin, Stir still right next to you. He nods, and he looks like
I
he's
didn't want to
making
be
back.
there.
Stay here. You'll be safer back here.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh my god.
He's really making a point to him, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yes, it is.
12 or 79.
Hey, look, I
height?
could change height
I
again.
wanna
You
see.
change
Do
height.
it.
Or illusory butterflies.
Do
Here
the
we go.
please do the height.
Do the height.
Get taller. I am begging you.
This is how you make
hit a
up for the
10
confusion.
again.
It's.
Aw,
Oh. I go down
Shrink
3.
through into
you shrunk 3 inches, so now you're
Damn.
6
Right.
foot exactly.
No, it
No,
was.
she was 6'1". She
Yeah,
was 6'1" previously.
All right, so 5'10".
5'10.
I
That's a little more
I
reasonable.
wanted
I
another
know.
10 inches, bro. God,
I know.
Right.
I just wanted her to keep getting bigger and bigger
Right?
and bigger. And as he reassures you and you shrink 3 inches, he looks at you and kind of gives you this is what I mean. Steps forward, pulls open the door, and sees the one in front of him, raises his hammer, and he's going to do what an Eldritch Knight does.
It's because you're making me nervous.
He actually doesn't have advantage, but all of those hit anyway, so...
You're giving her performance anxiety.
Right?
I want that. God damn it! I want that hammer.
I have a feeling it's might be important to the goddess of magic, unfortunately.
What? No.
Hammer of creation. He steps forward, pulling the door off. The hammer out behind him, glowing with radiant light, swings out. Each one seeming to cut through the very material that the Myrmidon is made with before, echoing out with a thunderous, forceful burst. Unfortunately, it deals force damage, not thunder, but still. He will do that, and
If it did
then
thunder
he's
damage, that
going
would be
to.
insane.
He's gonna, and then he'll readjust his stance, kind of raise one fist to his face, recover some hit points. Alright, he gets 22 hit points back. Alright, Aerith, now it is your turn.
I poke with booming blade.
Give me a booming blade.
Oh gosh.
As you size up the foe before you,
No.
Wow.
Oh.
booming blade goes wide as it twists out of the way, starting to get wise to your actions, but it looks weak. It looks so like it's barely holding itself together. You twist the blade and strike it down. Shh. It staggers.
Is it dead?
It lifts itself up from the ground. Not yet.
God damn it.
Anything else you got?
No, that's it.
It doesn't have one hit point. It has 5.
Okay.
Slightly less of a blow.
I know you're trying to make me feel better, but it's not.
I mean, I still can't hit you. This is a 25 and a 23.
I'll take the
might-
25.
Okay. And I did get 2. Oh yeah, I got it once.
One hit.
Make me a strength saving throw, please.
Hold on. 8.
As the remnants of the creature pulls itself together, its one fist kind of recoalescing with the liquid earth that makes up the interior of it and the shell pulling itself together. It swings out. You deflect the first attack out of the way with your rapier, and then as it does, the other arm comes out of nowhere, hitting you in the shoulder and sending you prone onto the deck. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 20 points of thunder damage.
So that's 31.
31, yep. And you are once
I
again
would like to use... Where is it? Song of Defense.
Oh. Equal to 5 times the spell.
Slot.
Okay.
So I will use a 3rd level.
Okay, so you take 15 points of damage off, so you take a total of 16.
Minus 16.
As you deflect the first attack, you turn to see the second one coming just a little bit too late. You change your blade song in that moment ever so slightly, a more boisterous kind of almost a yelp, but with confidence and the assurance of survival. The damage is mitigated by your magical force, although the spell slot is expended. Ken, it's your turn.
Alright, gonna keep punching this one.
Okay. He's looking pretty rough after Stir did his thing. He's been rolling real well on those D12s, man. Like,
Right.
real well.
First hit with Boom and Blade.
That hits. Go ahead, roll me down. You don't even need to roll. I don't think you can roll. Yeah, even that's 24. Or, no, because the Thunder's the only thing that gets doubled. Okay.
Oh.
You swing out. Boom. 11 points of
It's
damage,
still
but it is
up.
still up.
Alright.
That hits. Deal more than 4 damage. There you go.
Hell yeah, get him.
Boom! Another pile of stone now littered across the deck of your sand skiff. Anything else you want to do?
Don't really want to move. because I don't want to accidentally change the trajectory of the wind in the sails. I guess just sidestep right here.
I love the vision of this fight being you entirely fighting around the keel of the ship just to ensure that it stays safe. It's so cool. All right. I think I need to minimize these. Make sure I get the dead ones out of here. You a dead boy. You not. All right. He only gets one attack. Actually,
Rude. Can't do that.
Rude.
see if I can do it. I need to see if I can do it. Where is slow?
Yeah, I think it only affects if it's a magical spell casting kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see because he has half movement. Yeah, okay.
You can feel free to move. Go ahead and take
Right,
3d8.
all right, yeah, no.
Whatever.
All right,
Who might have stopped? You know?
Mr. Oni and Rocky, could you both please make me strength saving throws again? As he once again raises his fist into the air and it begins to kind of glow with that orange light, and he slams it down onto the deck. Okay, all right.
Finally, not like an 8 or below on the die.
It hits the deck, and Oni, the force gets kind of mitigated by Rocky as he falls prone, and you do not. He kind of falls back as you jump into the air, and you kind of land on his back on the ship. Rocky takes 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and
Poor
Oni takes
Rocky.
10. That's his turn. Now it's Rocky's turn.
Get up, Rocky!
Well, roll a d10.
Or is he just prone now?
Now get up, Rocky!
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah, Rocky!
He's gonna reach down.
Rocky didn't hear no bell.
Right, exactly. He'll reach down, scoop Oni back up, and put him back on his head.
All right.
And then punch this man twice.
All right, go for it. Both of those hit because his AC is 16 when he's slowed.
Hell yeah. Get him, Rocky.
Oh my god. 34 points of damage. All right.
This is such a weird kaiju fight.
The small kaiju just whittling away. You see as the stone that makes up the core, this massive boulder, is just chipping away, pieces falling down skittering across the deck of the ship as it's still hurtling at 100 feet per round, which is faster than... It's almost as fast as Oni can sprint at his max speed. It's still alive, but it's definitely having some time.
You know what? You know what this is reminding me of?
Hell yeah! All right, Nick. Mia and Stir, your former best friend, now split in two. Your mentor. Find yourself in the room with them. What you doing?
I go outside. Firebolt, go back inside.
He opens the door like an inch, his little hand sticks out, fires a firebolt, dude. The door shuts again.
Definitely hits.
That's exactly what he does.
Yep.
20 points of damage. Hell yeah. Boom. A blast of fire into the core of the creature. And as you scurry back, you hear Stir go, "Very well done, Nicholas. It's good to see you've been practicing."
It's Firebolt. That's the easiest cantrip.
But it is refining the cantrip and using it so effectively.
Why did you say anything when I used slow?
Don't neglect the basics, Nick.
I wasn't in the same room as you when you cast that. You had the door closed. I don't know. I'm just trying to help. Oni, it's your turn. Kill this man.
Nick, you did great.
Keep punching.
All right, roll me damage. Nope. I don't even think you need to because Booming Blade's first, right?
Yeah.
All right. As you see this opening kind of exposed fully now, glowing red by the blast of the firebolt. You leap forward. Boom! One heavy hit with thunderous energy from the inside. The entirety of it begins to
One
crack,
punch.
and boom, the whole boat starts to buck and sway as it falls over all these stones, and you feel as Rocky rises up and kind of grabs you down onto his shoulder. This one is now dead and scattered.
Alright. Odie's just gonna do a quick little hop, skip, and a jump. So that the momentum carries him. He's gonna do a flying kick into this one. Here.
All right. Roll me damage. You hop off of Rocky and with a flying kick slam into the side of this one and send it also scattering into stone off of the side of your ship. And we are now out of initiative.
I'm just gonna lie here and realize that I couldn't even kill one.
I'm just gonna skedaddle this way and also drag Aerith away. That way the confusion doesn't make Rocky potentially punch him while he's prone.
Here, roll me. Well, you've got Aerith with you. So you skedaddled away with Aerith. Roll me a d10 for. Should roll me. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
5d10.
can't unsummon him.
I
can
know,
only
I know.
drop my concentration and have him go rogue. But roll 5d10. Whee! 3 of those he does whatever he wants to do.
Right?
One of those he
He just stands there unless you give
Alright.
him any orders over until the confusion wears off. He just stands there until finally the confusion just abates and he is no longer confused.
Good job, Rocky.
Rocky's the real MVP. He was piecing up that big motherfucker.
Right? Working
like
through the
just
confusion.
pull himself back onto the ship. And you keep the boat moving along towards the center of the dale, following the trail that you had been given. And what do you guys want to do now?
I guess check on everyone, make sure they're okay. They're, I guess, patched up. Uh, off table, Aurora, are you? Because it's 11 o'clock our time.
Yeah, that was kind of what I meant to ask. I said it wrong.
I would like to go to bed so I can get some sleep for tomorrow, if that's fine with everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Hell no, Dick.
How dare you?
We'll just go play Dawn Trail, man. Yeah, no, this is a good place. I always like picking up after a battle. A battle's a fun way to kind of round out a session. So
No one died.
no one
Right.
died. You once again
No
managed
one
to stay
died.
completely out of range of anything I could do while maintaining a 30-foot range of Ken. I'm so curious how this is going to go once we get into Eden. It's gonna be
I
fun.
will make my own little room. I will use a wall of stone, a wall of stone, and make a tiny room that only I can fit in.
You just need to
Or
rework
squeeze yourself in. Easy.
like respell work Odaluke's sphere so that you can cast spells through it.
There's
Oh,
a tiny
boy.
little window that you can open
Yeah.
and close.
Oh. Okay. His hammer definitely was pretty. The only spell slot he had to use through all of that was dispel magic.
for myself.
Because there was no way he was going to save against that.
It's fine.
Oh, that was.
She just like
did.
she peeks up over Stir's shoulder, just like, okay, so that wasn't really my fault,
If you really think about it.
right?
That is what I have been saying. Is it's not your fault because it can't be your fault. You have no control over it. It is wild, and it is dangerous.
You
No.
could say it's wild magic.
No, see it. Well, I mean, the one that happened wasn't necessary. Most of the time, it's helpful.
He just sighs. size.
Hey, shrinking those 3 inches was extremely important to that fight.
It
We're gonna be in that mountain. There's gonna be a cave that she would not have been able to squeeze into unless she was 3 inches shorter, and we're gonna be glad that it happened.
You should just be
Exactly.
grateful that the vestments you wear are holy vestments bestowed for Mistra herself, and adjust to the changes in height that you
Yeah,
have
that would
been.
have been real awkward when I
That's
was much bigger than what I was before.
sounds good, Aurora. All right. Let's go ahead and end. You can go ahead, open up OBS, and hit stop recording, and let's